Howdy folks, it's Tall Turtle here, and welcome back to Microsoft Flight Simulator. We are halfway done with the Australia Southeastern bus trip, so one leg per video. Today's leg 3, you know the drill. Let's get flying right away. Okie dokie, come down here, repair and refuel. There we go. Let's zoom this out a little bit. I assume that you've seen the other few legs of this bus trip. This leg, though, we do land on a turf runway, so that's going to make it a little bit difficult. So maybe you haven't watched some other videos, maybe you're just here to see where this turf runway is, because it could be kind of difficult. If we pull up the nav log, we'll see where we're going. Check that out. At least it's by a field and a road and some trees. Hopefully that's okay. Alrighty, not too bad of a lake today. 28 minutes heading to Foxtrot Delta. Take off from Mount Buffalo National Park. Once in the air again, head, or actually we're near the park, head west-southwest, passing over Owens River to Mount Buffalo National Park, a location renowned for its sheer rock faces and granite peaks. So we will look for sheer rock faces and granite peaks. We're going to do 247 degrees, 247 degrees, there we go. About 8.5 minutes or so. It'll be longer than that because you have to climb. We will use autopilot just so that we can look around outside. GPS is not, included in this because we quit the sim and came back. Now let's look outside, see where we are first of all. Okay, we got lots of runway here. We got to turn around and get over these mountains. We have the circle to climb. How do you think that is? I don't think we need to go terribly high. Does it say anything in here about elevation? Critical views, blah blah blah. The Alps again, foothills. Let's aim for 6,000. We'll come down if that's higher than we need to be. So flight director, we're going to use a heading bug. We're going to go up by 800 feet per minute or so to 6,000 feet. And if we find ourselves able to come down for a better view, we will. Always that's what we're going to aim for. We will also climb if we need to. Alrighty, so we'll hand fly ourselves out of here. We should be pretty much good to go. And heading bug is set. Parking brake is off. And that actually put parking brake on. There we go. And flaps are down, right? Nope, they did not put flaps down when we started. Usually they do. Very interesting. Airspeed is finally alive, and we're about to take off here. We're going to use this whole runway? What the heck? That's kind of interesting. And there we go. Up we go. Please. Up we go. Brakes to stop the wheels. Flaps coming in. Let's go between these trees. Whoa, train turbulence. Let's go between the trees and then circle around as we climb. We'll climb fairly steeply here. Still hand flying. Wanting to look outside, but it's difficult because we're hand flying. Looking good though. So about this train turbulence that I complained about in the previous video. Ooh, do you think we can actually? This is the heading we want. Do you think we can climb through here? Or do you think this is kind of scary? Let's try it. That's not. Let's climb using the valley because my speed is getting pretty low, see? So let's just nose down a little bit here. I watched in my previous video I complained about like the turbulence and train turbulence even when it wasn't train, blah blah blah. And then right after that I ended up watching the latest Twitch stream, later than not live, but I watched the Twitch stream for the developers that they have usually once a month, and they talked about how this isn't train turbulence, this is wind in the day, real life wind. And so, like real life, they said, well, if it's too windy, fly at a different time of day or different season. So, which is honest truth. So it's just the wind. I'm just not used to it. So even though we don't have much wind, I guess we kind of do, but it's just the wind. So we'll deal with it. Let's start our timer now because we will be heading that way in a minute. So I mean that's just stuff that sets us apart, right? Like other simulators that are supposed to be more realistic don't have wind, don't have train turbulence. So this one does have both. So I don't know. I like the simulator. We're gonna stay with the simulator forever. Whoa, what the heck was that? All I did was bump my trim wheel and the nose went straight up. I only moved it 1 notch. I know I started the timer and we're not facing our heading bug anymore because I got to climb. But I just wanted some idea where we are. Alright, so we need to be about 1,000 feet above the train before we cross over it, and we're not, so let's cross over it. Because that's the turtle way, right? We fly with 92% realism. Of course, I do the best I can, but I do want to head in the direction of our heading bug. So we're probably a little north of where we're supposed to be, but that's okay. And there is the train turbulence as it should be. Let's go a little bit this way because it's a little dipped down about 100 feet here. So 8 minutes or so it says. It's going to be a little bit more than that because we're just now making our turn. Once we cross this and engage autopilot, I'll turn you loose to some sightseeing without my voice. But for right now, since I'm hand flying, I chat more. So that's how it's going to be. And then 8 minutes out, we're going to look for sheer cliff faces, which I'm assuming is this area here. I'm assuming we're entering the park already, and this is what we're looking for. And we're about to go over train height. We're at 4,000 feet. We'll still shoot for 6,000. I think we're ready now. Yeah, so let's engage autopilot now. Should be a pretty smooth handoff, and it is. Look at that. Let's hop outside since we can, and let's have a look and take some screenshots here for some possible thumbnails. While the airplane is rocking and rolling, let's look at the valley where we took off. I mean, there's the airport there, so I guess we're not too far off, so maybe we'll end up where we're supposed to be anyway. But anyway, that's a nice looking valley, if I may say so myself. Let's see. Still climbing the 6,000 river or road down there. It's a road down there. And we're looking for sheer cliff faces in about 8 minutes. And this is directions putting us 247, right? Yep. Okay. I will turn you loose to some sightseeing while we climb our last 1,500 feet here. And how's our speed? Let's nose down a little bit. And that will be it for me for right now. I will see you in a couple minutes. So do you think we're going to make it? I don't think so. But we are going over the park right now. This is it. These, you know, this area, this whole area here. And then the next thing it says is the Rose River, which is right here. And that's 242 degrees. And then once we get there, we're going to head to 257. So let's see what we're looking for here. So we would be a little bit more this way and then back that way. So let's actually do 242 now, like this, and whoops, and see if it gets us around this mountain. I don't think so. So we're going to manually, not manually, but we're going to change what we're going to do here to get around here. We know the Rose River is there, so we're going to aim for that. So let's actually stop the timer. It's not going to apply right now until we get to the Rose River. So even a little bit more to the left maybe. Whoops, not like that. Let's keep going like this. And I'm aiming for this lower area, and then we'll turn back. I just don't want to run into everything, and I don't want to climb anymore either. I think we're high enough. Otherwise we can't see some things. So there we go. That is your little update. We're over the mountain, we're over the park now. Like literally right over it. The next thing is this Rose River. So I will see you when we get to here. I'm going to go around and turn this way. I'll see you when we get here to the Rose River. A couple more minutes of sightseeing. Simple as that. I made it much more complicated than it needed to be, but that is the Turtle Way. See you in a little bit. Alright, we're about to reach the river, so let's look outside and enjoy that little lake over there. And look over here while I get comfortable in my chair. You can probably hear it. Alright, here we go. What do we do next? Next thing says Powers Lookout Scenic Reserve. So this is 257, it says. So we're basically already where we want to be. 5.5 minutes. Let's start the timer. Or about 6 minutes, really. Maintain a west-southwest heading to the Rose River. We did that. We're over here now. Powers Lookout. To the west is Powers Lookout Scenic Reserve, home of Powers Lookout, a mountain that stands over Australia's King Valley, offering incredible views 5 minutes out. So here we go. There's a mountain over here. Probably that one. Oh, I almost went outside. No, am I outside? Yep. Okay, that was weird. That lets me do that. Anyway, 5 minutes out is probably that one because that's the only mountain I see. So we'll fly a little bit. You can see the road there. And we'll go to Powers Outlook and what is after that so we can kind of combine some of these here. After the Outlook is Tomb Bullup. We'll fly 213 for 3 minutes. Turn to the southwest and fly over the town of Toon Bullup. Alrighty, so I'm going to give you views of the mountain, views of a town. So I'll make the change here once this gets up, but I won't talk about it. And, yeah, we got some sightseeing to do until we get to the town. See you in a little bit. So we're looking for the town of Bloom. I've been making some slight adjustments to get around some mountains over here. But I'm thinking it's going to be at the foothills of this mountain, right? So the other side of this mountain, I'm expecting to see the town. It doesn't say. Just says after that to continue on that course, flying over the foothills of the Australian Alps towards the town of Mansfield. Then we'll look for an airport. That's a grass strip. And that's only 6 minutes and then another minute. So that means this strip is outside of the town, right? So anyway, we're looking for Bloom, which I don't think is down in here. I mean, I don't see any towns in here, right, on either side. So I'm assuming it's at this area here. Then we'll go a similar heading to 13, it said, to 15. And then we'll look for Mansfield. That's what we're doing right now. We're looking for a town. In fact, our airport is on the GPS. And we're headed pretty much right to it. So let's adjust our heading slightly. So then let's stop this. We don't need this anymore. And we'll literally aim for our airport. So we're going to look for Bloom, and then we'll look for the town, then we'll look for our airport. At least our airport shows up. So we should be able to see it that way, even if we have to fly over the GPS indication and look for it. We do have a reference image, though. Looks like we're just landing next to a road, basically. I don't know. We're not too far out, though. And we are kind of high, but we're trying to get over these foothills. That is some nice scenery down there. Look at that little thing there. That's really cool. Looks like fun. I don't see any water, though. Anyway, let's start coming down a little bit. Let's come down to 4,000 right now. Bring back throttles just a tad so we don't overspeed. There we go. And we'll start looking for an airport. It could be this, if you think about it. See this? Boom. Jagged, like 2 squares offset. 2 squares offset. Could be right there. We may have spotted an airport already. That's cool. Alright, so I'm going to come down. I don't know what the airport elevation is. They never tell you. Let's set this for 3,000 feet, which might be too low, but we're going to do that. We're going to come down, give you a little bit more sightseeing, and I'll see you pretty much on approach. Alright, just gonna enjoy some final views of the great outdoors before we take over and fly in ourselves. We do need to come down at a faster pace. Instead of nosediving, we'll just slow down a little bit horizontally so that we can buy some time. So let's turn off autopilot, and the flight director here just got out of my way, and come on back with the throttle so that we can descend without covering too much ground too quickly. Let's actually, how we want to approach this. I was going to just go to the left and circle around, but let's actually zigzag a little bit here to get down. And you can see the lake in the background, which will probably cross over on our next leg. And then there's Mansfield right there. Pretty awesome. You get to hang out in the foothills of the mountains. And looking back, see you later, mountains. It was nice knowing you, but we're going to continue here. Alrighty, so this video will wrap up with this landing, and then we will do the next leg, the final leg of this bush trip in the next video. Ooh, now the trees all just rendered in. Did you see that? That was interesting. I know they do that for performance, but that was very strange. Rewind the tape a few seconds if you want to see what I'm talking about. Right here. It was just buildings. Oh, more just came in. Look at that. Kind of a bummer does that so late, but whatever. Yeah, we're still pretty high. So the runway is right here, I assume. based on a reference image. I'm just going to get a little bit closer, turn to the left and do a right traffic pattern. So here we go. Alrighty, and then we'll slow down as well. At least I assume that's our runway. I mean, there's the zigzag pattern and everything. And there's that part right there. There's that green spot right there. So our runway has to be next to it. Pretty unmistakable if you ask me. We're going kind of fast, but we got plenty of time to slow down. There we go. Just like that. Let's not lose too much altitude yet until we're on final. Just so we don't lose sight of the airport. See, there's a runway. Pretty obvious. So let's actually set the heading bug so we know. There we go. We know the orientation of the runway now pretty much. Yeah, let's not lose that much altitude because we have some hills here. Alright, I'm going to do a regular traffic pattern here. Kind of far away, but that's okay. Let's nose up, which will gain us altitude and lose some speed because I want to get into flap range. Final looks outside while we can. There we go. Alright, let's turn it now. We're going to have a really very, very short final for a set of flaps, and we're a little fast. We might do full flap landing on this one. Short field landing, which will be full flaps. Land with the stall horn. And plant it firmly enough. You don't go bouncing around and skidding around on the grass. Yeah, we'll do another set of flaps here in a minute. We got 2 down. I think we got another set. Yeah. Alrighty, here we go. Without peripheral vision, this is difficult. So we're just going to kind of turn in like this. And look for the runway. Where are you? There it is. Okay, there we go. Alrighty, here we go. Full flaps now. And we're going to get as slow as we can. Actually, this is a pretty long runway, but we will act as though it's short field. Alrighty, we gained some speed. I could slip it a little bit, but we are using full flap. We'll just get to this tree and then round out and let the speed bleed off. We were doing really well too until I looked out the window and then our speed picked up. Alright, here we go. Let's round it out way back here. Oh, there's a hill there. And then let the speed bleed off, let the ground effects take us. Land with the profile of the hill. And there we go. We're landing faster than I wanted to for short field, but it'll be okay. And there we go. That's kind of a greaser, which you don't really want in this situation, but that's okay. Flaps coming up on the brakes. Save icon. Took quite a bit longer than it was supposed to, but that's how it is for me. So anyway, hopefully you enjoyed it. You know the drill. One like per video. The penultimate leg is done. Like, subscribe so you can watch the final leg when it's uploaded, and I'll see you next time.